It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, classic films as well. Directors and actors, beware as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce and I'm part of the Film Rage crew that also includes Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey, hey!
And also we have the Merman.
Yo!
Who I heard is an expert on the intricacies of economic policy making. Is that true, Murray?
That's true.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Well. Thanks to all who've been supporting us on our independent podcast. Please support us and join the growing Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/filmrageYYC. All members get special episodes and content only for members, and all members that sign up will get a special limited edition Film Rage merch item. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible movie. Shout out to our biggest listening province in Canada, Alberta. And still, it's New York. New York.
Forget about it.
Wunderbar.
Movies are back at Canyon Meadows Cinemas. We are open for your viewing pleasure with great new films opening weekly. All health-regulated protocols are in effect for a safe and enjoyable experience. And don't forget, we should be your first choice for your next birthday party or special event. Can't make it to the cinema? We got you covered. Order concessions from our online store, and you can either choose curbside pickup or get them delivered via Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats, or DoorDash. For more details, go to canyonmeadowscinema.ca. Here at CMC, we would like to thank you for your continued support, and we are looking forward to seeing you at the movies.
So, for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, you're going to see Jesus Jim today. I'm just letting you all know. Those listening to on our podcast are just getting the regular Jim.
That's right.
Yeah, but then they don't have to look at you.
All right. Let's dance.
Let's dance. Streaming. And what?
We're streaming, Jim.
Yeah, we did, and we do.
Streaming.
Thanks, Mer. We're going to be changing our streaming up a little bit here. We're trying to figure out this whole streaming thing through the summertime. We're going to be seeing so many movies in theaters that we're just going to try and change up our streaming section. So stay tuned next week, faithful listeners.
It'll probably change again.
It's going to change, because you know what? If you expected things to stay the same, this wouldn't be something to rage about.
I'm much more comfortable when things stay the same.
Yeah, well, I'm much more comfortable when I'm uncomfortable. What do you think of that?
I think that's odd.
It is, and so am I. Okay, well, let's talk about some stuff we streamed. I think the Merman streamed some stuff too. We're just going to quickly blast through some of our streamings, and then maybe we'll agree on a movie next week. Who knows? So,
That'd be good.
quick one-sentence review and a Mondo Rage or Meh. Here we go. Start with Bryce. Give us one.
I saw Jolt on Amazon Prime. I guess it's just Prime. I always want to say Amazon Prime, but it's just Prime.
Yeah, you always give shit to me for that, so get it right, buddy.
Was Amazon Prime before though, wasn't it? Or is it Amazon Prime when
It's
you're
just
like ordering
Prime.
stuff?
It's just Prime.
It's always just Prime?
It's always just Prime.
But it's Amazon.
Amazon owns it, but it's still Prime.
So really, saying Amazon Prime is not incorrect.
Not wrong.
I'm perfectly fine with that, but you corrected me months ago. So I'm fine with being right if you're okay with allowing me to be right.
All I know is I'm glad we had this conversation.
Yes.
So I saw Jolt on Prime. It stars Kate Beckinsale and Stanley Tucci.
Ooh.
It is a silly action flick, but knows it. Beckinsale has a chance to show that she can be funny, and Stanley Tucci is always great. Jolt was meh.
Sweet. Mer, what'd you do?
Well, I have a lot of free time now with my current vocation. I actually saw two. One was, which was downloaded for me thanks to Netflix, because they figured I would like it, called Gunpowder Milkshake, starring Karen Gillan from Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy. This film was bad, kind of like John Wick or Taken, but not.
Okay.
She was a female assassin, basically crosses the wrong people, and they all hunt her down.
I watched the first 5 minutes of it and then turned it off.
It had like this all-star cast of supporting characters: Angela Bassett, Carla Gugino, and Michelle Yeoh. It was not worthy of them at all. I think I preferred Karen Gillan in blue makeup.
Ah, nice.
Rage.
What? Murray's giving out rages.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic episode, people.
Bad. And next up, I saw one that was in the theaters recently, which these guys already saw, called Wrath of Man, with Jason, what's his name? Statham.
Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Directed by Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, there it was. Guy Ritchie movie, that's why, yeah. Started off loving this film. The ending was just messy. It's like it wrapped up way too conveniently and still left me unanswered questions. Like, I still don't know what the hell
What's happening?
I know what's happening. That was a meh for me.
All right. Well, you and Bryce both agreed on a movie.
Yeah, I also gave it a meh.
That never happened.
And I gave it a Mondo.
You gave it a Mondo.
I did. All right. Well, I saw the movie Gunda. Did you see this one before, Bryce? It is, and after seeing this, Bryce has to see this now. It is a form of documentary. Nothing spoken through the entire movie. Piglet births. Saw filicide. Both horrifying and beautiful simultaneously. Black and white farm scenes, including a one-legged rooster. It was a Mondo. It spoke to me when I saw it. I was like, this is a movie for Bryce, if any movie ever was.
All right.
You see something else?
Yeah, I finally watched Fear Street Part 3, 1666.
Oh, here it comes. So you watched two, because you didn't only watched half of 2 before. Didn't
Yeah,
you?
I watched them all now.
So 2 is
2 sucks.
poo?
Yeah, 2's poo.
3 is poo.
3 is poo. I was hoping the third installment would justify the almost 6 hours it took to watch these 3 films. It was just like the rest of the series. It was a bit of a waste of time, and it was barely a meh.
Oh, but it was.
It wasn't a rage,
There you go.
but it's crap.
It had some good horror in it. It was
Nah,
fun. It was
just-
like 80s slasher. Murph, if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's got 80s slasher stuff all over it.
It was crap.
My tablet keeps trying to download those for me, and I keep deleting it.
Ah,
There you go.
well, there you go.
That's
It really wants me to watch
With
it.
Bryce not loving it, you might actually like it.
There you
Perhaps
go.
you should. Okay, I saw Blood Red Sky on Netflix. German version of Snakes on a Plane, but instead of snakes, it was vampires on a plane. Das was good, yeah, but still just a meh. But it was wunderbar. But the end was super dumb and corny, and it was still just a meh.
okay.
But it had vampires, so Mer should see it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that
Yeah, I got nothing
I
else.
got one more. That's it. I saw Playing with Sharks, the Valerie Taylor story.
So why was she
It's on
playing with
Disney
sharks?
Plus.
Who the hell is Valerie Taylor?
This movie is super cool and also a super sexy 80-year-old shark lover who now I am in love with. This movie was probably the best shark movie documentary I've ever seen. It was Mondo.
Cool.
She is, just for anybody who's listening, she was one of the very first people, not just women, to ever interact live with sharks. She's also did a lot of work on Jaws, the original movie. She also did, I think there's Blue Water, White Death, which she was a big part of as well. So, yeah, everybody should know who Valerie Taylor is after this episode. Go check her out everywhere. I'm in love with her. She's 80 and she's still damn sexy and super smart. And she swims with sharks.
All right.
Alrighty then.
Well, that's enough for streaming for this week.
Yep.
All right. So this week we went to the theaters. We went to Canyon Meadows Cinema and saw Pig.
Yeah, thanks, Canyon Meadows.
Pig is the tale of a truffle hunter with a past in the Oregon wilderness that has a pig stolen which sends him on a search to get it back. It is a story of loneliness, love, loss, regrets, and abandoned dreams. It has a grittiness to it that invites you into this world where underground gambling intersects with 4-star restaurants. Our truffle hunter, Rob, is played by Nicolas Cage, who gives an understated... What? Nicolas Cage gives an understated performance?
What?
An understated, hauntingly effective performance that is the best thing that he has ever done.
Oh my!
Cage's performance in this reminded me that there is a top-tier actor buried under the layers and layers of camp. This is the first time in a while that Cage was doing some version... that Cage wasn't doing some version of the same over-the-top character that he does basically in every movie.
Yeah.
None of the trademark Cageisms are present, but instead we get an award-worthy portrayal of a simple man on the surface that as you peel away the layers becomes more and more complicated. Cage is flanked by Alex Wolff as Amir, who is a young actor on the rise and is perfectly cast opposite Cage. They are joined by Adam Arkin as Darius, Amir's father, who gives one of the better performances that he has ever given. Mm-hmm. In fact, probably, once again, best performance I've ever seen him in.
I would say I would agree.
It is a stunning feature debut, and I'm looking forward to whatever he does next as far as director Michael Sarnowski goes.
Well done, my friend. Well done.
He literally transported me into this world in such a way that I felt a part of it. This is not the movie I was expecting when I entered the theater, and I am so grateful for that, as this was so much more than I thought it could be. Pig is a darn near perfect movie that has actors doing the best work they have ever done, along with superior writing and character development, as well as a director that invites you right into the world he has created. Quite simply, Pig is Mondo.
Oh, snap. Now, Mur, you got to see this. Did you get to see all of it right to the very end?
I did. I'd rather you go first, though.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Mur wants to end off with a bang.
Oh, no, you go first.
Okay, well, Bryce and I have a similar feeling on this one, and I have a feeling Murray's going to have not the same feeling. This is not... When I was watching this movie, I'm thinking, this is not a Murray movie at all. So we'll get to hear that. I want to build the suspense for all our listeners to find out what the Merman's going to say about this movie Pig. So, from the trailers of this, I thought I was going to get John Wick meets Mandy, but with a pig. But what we got was Babe meets Leaving Las Vegas with a pig.
I guess.
This was nothing I was expecting. So great to again see another side of Nicolas Cage. All slow moving and super controlled. It seemed weird at first. The writing in this film was sparse and perfect. Every line, every look was so well crafted. The build on this film was so slow and methodical. Cage was at the very top, very, very top of his broody powder keg best. The whole film, you're wondering, when are we going to get Crazy Psycho Nick? But he just drives the underlining tension that pushes the story forward. There are parts of this that kept you guessing what exactly was happening and what would happen next. At the time, the back of your mind, you're thinking, when is Nick going to explode? The whole movie, I kept thinking that. Almost every moment he makes in this film is slow and drawn out like a man not in a rush to do anything. The dialogue and facial expressions really built the character in a way that seems natural and pure. Nothing seems wasted, even the extended shots or looks. The story is really not really that complex, really, but it builds a unique picture of the world of restaurants, truffles, and loss of many of our characters. This film was delicious and a character-driven, slow-moving love story about a man and his best friend that with love, you can get your freaking shit together if it's important. Oh, plus, this film was also Mondo. And I had a favorite line, which everybody who watched this movie was absolutely thinking, and that is when Nicolas Cage said, "I don't fuck my pig."
That was so not my favorite line.
It was such a good line. Because the whole time people are going like, this is creepy, and he's got too much attention to this pig.
I was never...
And then...
My mind never went down that avenue.
Oh,
Jim.
it was right on the avenue. And the guy asked it, so it must have been on other people's avenue, too.
Yeah, you're all
but I was,
sick individuals.
Well, we do watch a lot of sick movies, so it's quite possible that it could have been. But... which made it such a perfect movie, because he wasn't having sex with his pig.
It was so good. I mean, I'd never seen Nicolas Cage better. I thought I was going to like this. I didn't know I was going to love it the way I did. Like, this is going to be, I guarantee at the end of the year when we're doing our top 10, it's in my top 3.
Yep. And now, what everybody's been waiting for, Murray's review of Pig.
Well, as you mentioned, I did not enjoy this as much as you two.
I did not
Nicolas
think you
Cage
would.
lovers did. Bored. That's what I was feeling when I was watching this film. Bored. And oh my God, was it slow.
It was slow.
What the hell is a truffle anyway?
They're delicious.
Some kind of mushroom or fungus.
Yes.
Pass. Some people, actually, I read multiple online descriptions of this movie describing it as John Wick-like. That was not me. That's what somebody online said about it.
Well, they obviously didn't watch the movie.
It was not.
No.
The only thing Cage's character is good at, besides cooking apparently, is getting punched in the face.
He is good at
Which
that.
was good, yeah. He did that a lot.
And I could not stand his sidekick. The poser
Oh,
wannabe
what?
gangster with
Here's-
serious daddy issues.
Perfect foil.
Annoyed the crap out of me.
Nice.
His voice, everything about him, annoyed the crap out of me. I used to like Nicolas Cage. His last few movies have left me either blah or WTF. He is now on my doubted list.
Oh.
I'm giving this a rage.
Well, now.
This is like the best movie of the year.
And thank you both for making me watch it.
Yeah, we didn't make you. We invited you.
It was on our list, wasn't it?
And it was on our... Yeah, I love it. That we just have to put things on the list and he'll see it. This is the best day of my life.
If it's in a theater, I will.
Nice.
Streaming, not so much.
I am going to be watching this one again.
I'm going to buy this one, actually.
Go ahead.
This will be one I'll buy. 100%.
It was so good.
Okay, well, from there, we traveled to Murray's favorite G.I. Joe character
That's right.
when we got to see the movie Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes, you lose. This movie, I'm not going to read the IMDb because it's very... Well, you know what? I will. A G.I. Joe spin-off centered around the character of Snake Eyes. It pretty much sums it up. I couldn't have said it any better.
Spin-off. It's an origin story.
Yeah, spin-off of the G.I. Joe characters.
I don't think it has anything to do with the last two. Like, they're not the same characters. Like, there's no Channing Tatum.
Oh, okay. That Channing Tatum, no Channing Tatum. It's not really a...
It's an origin story.
Okay. Well, let me tell you what I thought of this movie. Snake Eyes, you lose. Had a real classic Kung Fu Ninja films of the past type of thing going on for some of the action sequences. The story kind of typical for what you'd expect from a children's toy turned comic book turned lunchbox turned Saturday afternoon cartoon show turned live action franchise. It had a great fight scene or two, some cool stabbing stuff with swords, but the story is predictable and nonsensical. I find it funny they put this streetwise dude through challenges without any training, just saying, let's just put him in these challenges that he should be able to figure out, which made no sense. Then he magically has ninja powers and becomes the bestest ninja ever. Huh? I didn't get that either. And then there was the dumb.
Didn't get
The Snake Eyes dude goes out riding a motorcycle in Tokyo for what reason? Like, he's in this place to train to be a ninja, and he borrows their motorcycle to go riding. Like, that didn't seem suspicious right from the very beginning. I'm kind of like, okay, someone's going to start following him.
That's why she followed him.
it is a children's toy made into a movie, so I didn't really expect much for a story of the complexity. It's simply simple so that kids can take a break from playing G.I. Joe to go watch a movie about G.I. Joe. The action was okay, but waiting for action sequences between unoriginal stories got old by the end of the film. Getting his suit, also near the end, did not make any sense whatsoever. It was like, I thought there was going to be this big transformable thing about the suit, but no, they're just like, oh yeah, and by the way, here's your suit. And you've got this helmet thing that covers your face. There's no reason for it. It's just like they ran out of stupid ideas, so they said, oh, here's your outfit. And then the fact that Tommy at the end, sorry, I'm going to put a spoiler in here, just magically decides to go work for Cobra. Like, he's like so family focused the entire movie, and at the end he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be a villain, then I'm just gonna pick this random name out of a box for what my name is. Our villain's force-like powers with the stone at the end was also annoying. He was using them, and then he wasn't using them, and then he could have destroyed them all just in seconds, but he didn't. Plus, it has to be brought up, you cast a British Japanese actor in a movie where he's supposed to have a Japanese accent. There's a whole bunch of Japanese actors that could have made that. I'm sorry. It was bothering me. By the time I got to the end, I was so done with this movie and the franchise. I lost hope again in cinema. This annoyed me. If you were with me at the theaters when I walked out, I turned to Bryce and I said, I don't know if I can do this anymore, Bryce. I don't think I can do it anymore. This movie was a rage. I did like some of the fight scenes, though, but the movie itself was a rage. Over to you, Mur.
All right, then. Well, not surprisingly, I again had the opposite opinion of the two of you.
Okay. Well,
you don't know what I think yet.
Well, I saw you shake your head as soon as you mentioned the name of the movie. I can read your mind, Bryce.
Yeah, it's true.
So bad.
I love it. Okay, well, let's find out if this gets a mono. Are we doing a reverse here?
First of all, this was my favorite G.I. Joe growing up.
We did know that.
I did not have a lot of money back then to buy them. I did have Snake Eyes.
Cool.
And yeah, he's a freaking ninja. He
Yeah.
doesn't talk, and he uses a sword. I was actually really enjoying this origin story until Cobra showed up.
Uh-oh.
The first half of the movie was freaking awesome for me. I loved the whole origin story. I loved how he was basically a dirtbag, double agent until he found redemption. Like, he was a bad guy. Like, he didn't start off as a hero.
Yeah.
Not like Bruce Wayne or something. I mean, he was a bad guy to start off with. He had one motive. It was to kill the guy who killed his dad. He didn't give a crap about anybody else.
And he had to be bad to be that.
Exactly.
Because I don't think he was bad. I think he was a good guy.
Well, no,
but he had to be bad
motive.
to get his ultimate motive.
Hence the scene where he almost got killed by the snakes. Because he didn't have a pure heart.
He did not. He was not pure at all.
I did appreciate all the ladies kicking ass in this movie. Especially the grandmother.
The grandmother was hot.
She was awesome. But yeah, the ending was predictable. I mean, come on. A dude wearing a white outfit and carrying two swords? Hello, Storm Shadow.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't follow the comics or the movies, that's his main enemy.
Yes.
Like, the two of them are
it wasn't a surprise.
Like the only ninjas in the whole G.I. Joe universe.
Exactly.
I still enjoyed all the action. A whole lot better than those last two with Channing Tatum and that rock guy.
Exactly.
But it's still just a man.
What? Aw.
Go Joe!
Go Joe.
Okay.
All right. Ricey Poo.
Yeah, Snake Eyes bored me to the point that I fell asleep before the end, so I have no idea how this snooze fest concluded. Director Robert Schwenke must want to induce motion sickness, as his shaky camera movements cause me some queasiness, especially through his disjointed action sequences. Henry Golding takes a step backwards by involving himself in this crap fest. Hopefully he can involve himself in some better projects going forward. If this vehicle was supposed to jumpstart the G.I. Joe franchise, it failed miserably as it left the series stalled out on the side of the road. Although I mentioned I did sleep through the last 10 minutes or so if the ending salvaged the film, please let me know and I'll find a way to view the conclusion.
No, the ending was terrible.
Well, thank goodness. But from what I saw, this was mindless entertainment, or at least half of that, as, it wasn't entertaining. The movie was a pointless rage.
Well, no Mondos this week for our good old G.I. Joe.
A real American hero.
Nice. Stereo. Okay, well, let's talk to the one that we've been waiting for all our lives.
All right, one of the movies we did actually all see together, because, some of us work weekends.
Exactly.
Was Old, the new movie by M. Night Shyamalan. Shimmy, shimmy.
Shimmy, shimmy, Shyamalan.
It was a thriller about a family on a tropical holiday who discovered a secluded beach where they relaxed for a few hours is causing everyone to age rapidly, reducing their entire lives into a couple of days. Yeah. A good cast. As soon as Rufus Sewell showed up, I knew he was a bad guy.
You just knew it.
Has he ever not been cast as a complete asshole? The ending was mildly surprising, but not one of M. Night's best. Only mildly scary and just a meh.
Okay, so, was he a bad guy or was he just mentally ill?
No, he wasn't.
He would have got off.
He wasn't a bad guy. He was an asshole.
He was just mentally ill.
Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't end up basically doing a lot of bad stuff during the movie.
He did. He was bad.
And nobody seemed
but
to stop
if
him.
he would have got off on mental illness, though,
yeah,
he wouldn't have been charged with murder.
I don't know about that. He wasn't very nice to begin with.
True enough. All right, Bryce. Tell us what's not of Old.
All right, well, Old was a good movie. Not a great movie, as there are some inconsistencies, but it is visually stunning, and the concept lends itself to some unforgettable scenes. The scene where Crystal, played by Abby Lee, breaks bone after bone and instantly heals makes the entire film worth watching.
That just grossed me out.
In that minute alone. Loved that sequence. We are thrown into a world as the viewer, and we are going along for the ride with the characters as they try to figure out what is happening. Alex Wolff again, we saw him earlier in Pig, continues to do good work as he was solid, and it was nice to see Gail Garcia Bernal here as well. I was a little let down by the over-explaining of the film at the end, but it was still a solid effort from M. Night Shyamalan in a career that has had some major hits and misses, but he does always seem to be swinging for the fences with his projects, so I kind of respect that. I do wish he would have let me draw my own conclusions towards the end instead of trying to connect every single dot, which turned this film from great to good. But the film was still conceptually solid and visually stunning. It felt like an episode of The Twilight Zone, but on a grander scale, which was cool. But because of the spoon-fed ending, Old was meh.
Huh. Interesting. Well, let me give you my take on this movie, which kind of entered me into a rolling ball of rage
I liked
that
it.
never ended. So, before the movie, I'm thinking to myself, and I actually think I said this, is this the Unbreakable M. Night Shyamalan? Or is this the Airbender M. Night Shyamalan? As feared, it was the later. This was an Airbender version of M. Night. I'm thinking he should probably go back and make his great TV show, Servant, which is awesome, by the way. The CLFs started out annoying, but got better as the film and they aged. The dialogue, or maybe the delivery and timing of this film, seemed off a bit and not natural, which at first I actually liked, but as the film progressed, it got weirder, and not necessarily weirder in a good way. I felt, as I sat through almost 2 hours, that after seeing the trailer, I really didn't need to see this movie. There was no big M. Night Shyamalan ding dong surprise at the end. Everything happened just like the trailer told us that it would. So nothing in this was a surprise. Not one thing. I liked a few things in this film. For example, I loved seeing M. Night doing his Hitchcock cameo thing. I actually liked the idea of this story. And to Bryce's point, some of the visuals were very well done. But I think it would have been better if it was a short, because 2 hours of predictability and unoriginality got old really fast. The science was half-baked, where some of it followed the universe they created and other times it didn't. But some of the problems I had was, first off, and this is a big one for me, they had to show pretty much everything in this movie, but nobody fucking pooped in the whole movie. They showed the kids eating nonstop through the entire movie, and yet they had to. This is the thing that bothers me. If you're gonna try and make things science and explain science, then someone should have explained why nobody fucking pooped. I could not get past the fact, because guess what? People poop, and if people are eating that much food, they're gonna poop. So no one seemed really stressed out in this entire movie. As you're watching the movie and it's unfolding, not one person was really all that stressed out about the fact that they figured out that these kids had aged 5 years in 20 minutes. I didn't feel the intensity this film was supposed to have brought. The kids aged pretty soon in the movie, and then they did not really put 2 and 2 together right away. And for them to say, oh, well, we're not aging, it made no sense. Kids don't age 5 years in a matter of 20 minutes, and it can't be affecting everybody else. I mean, I don't even have to know that we age, because I've looked the same age for the last 20 years. It's not science there. But there was things that were happening all the time through the movie that these people are all written as intelligent characters, and not one of them made themselves out to be intelligent whatsoever. You've got doctors, nurses, psychiatrists, or psychologists, and they all were just really, really, really stupid. All that eating, and again, no one pooped. I just have to keep saying this. Nobody pooped in the entire movie. The part that probably pushed me over the edge the most was the one character who seemed to have the most intelligence, which was the nurse, the guy who was the swimmer. And so they're in the movie, and all these things are happening.
Really?
Yeah, he was the smartest one. He's the one that actually said he's the one that came up with the theory. Said we need to come up with some theories how to deal with this. And everybody was just running around going, "Oh, we can't have a theory. This is just blah blah blah." And he's like, "Okay, well, what if we actually tried to walk really slowly through that pass?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's a really good idea. Why doesn't somebody do it?" But just like everything in this movie, they come up with something and then they don't follow anything. They just move on to something else. But so he decides he's going to go swimming, and they already know, because the black dude that was there on the beach when they got there told them that his girlfriend that died went out into the water, and she was a really good swimmer. So they already know everybody that tries to leave the beach passes out. It's been shown multiple times. So he gets in the water, and then nobody watches to see if he's okay. It was just like, what? He goes out in the water and just gonna be like, oh yeah, well, let's just move on to something else. He's off swimming. He's gonna be fine.
He's swimming.
He's gonna be fine.
Once he gets 30 yards out,
you
can't
can
see
still
him.
see. Oh my God!
Can't.
You could clearly see the edge of the island where they had to swim to.
But
you could clearly see him swimming.
This wasn't a swimming pool. There's waves.
Whatever. I'm not sure if you've ever been to a beach, Bryce, but I have been to a beach many times, and I can see people swim in the waves for miles, and yet nobody cared to watch him. Prior to this, though, everybody that tried to leave, might I remind everybody, passes out. So they were also much more excited than, oh, maybe we should watch the guy who's swimming in water, who could easily die, to watching a girl climb up a hill, which they know she's going to pass out anyway. And we just lose focus on again, this movie just keeps switching focus. It's like the shell game at the whatever it's called, 3-card Monty or whatever it is, and you're just like, okay, no one's really focused in this entire movie, so they're just putting little tiny things as you're watching it.
3-card Monty shell game.
Yeah, 3-card Monty shell game is what I felt watching this movie.
3 shell Monty.
Plus, if a guy cuts someone's face with a knife, you probably should take the knife away from him.
Yeah, that was quite stupid.
That was, again, it's just one stupid thing after the other.
And he was mentally ill.
And then when he asked about Robert De Niro for the third time, they took the knife away from him after he killed somebody.
Yeah.
That's logical.
I'm sorry. He sliced someone's face open.
Just a little bit. And then he healed right away.
Yeah, of course. We should let him hold that knife because he's perfectly sound. Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
I
I had to go home because the freaking movie didn't tell you what goddamn movie those two were in together. I had to look it up. It was some stupid Western from 1974.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They just put that seed in your head, and they never explained it.
Yeah. So this had much too many intelligent people, completely clueless in a movie that we knew everything we needed to know from the trailer. I'm sorry, M. Night. This is way too Airbender and not enough Sixth Sense for me. I am going to blame both the direction, which I felt was not building any suspense or intrigue, and the writing, which I felt could have made intelligent people more intelligent in this film. This film was a huge rage for me, and it just started a snowball for the evening, which by the end of it, I had a very rageful night.
It wasn't Snake Eye's fault. It was M. Night Shyamalan's fault.
Yeah, we saw this.
He put you in a rage.
He started me on the rage path for sure, Mur.
I liked it.
Yeah, well, you're an idiot.
It was good.
You, like, okay.
It wasn't great.
It
wasn't great.
I literally...
It was good.
You could watch even one of these things in one of the movies we've
like
seen could throw you over the edge of stupidity.
I liked
and
it.
yet there was 72. I probably could count 72 items in this movie.
I respectfully disagree with a bunch of
okay,
stuff.
maybe 71.
I don't. You were watching something different than me.
This was basically a live performance, other than when they got to the part where they were near the end and they had to go overnight. It was literally a live process. The movie was basically live. You weren't missing anything. There wasn't gaps of time where they weren't together. It was just one scene from another scene to another scene to another scene to another scene that all were stupid and didn't make any sense, and it didn't tell me anything more than the trailer told me, so I only needed to see a minute and a half of this movie.
This wasn't shot in real time.
It was pretty much real time.
No, it wasn't.
Yes. It was.
No,
watch it.
wasn't.
People, go watch it. Tell me this isn't shot in real time.
It's
Tell
not
me you
shot
can't
in
get
real
annoyed
time.
by nobody pooping. Tell me that you can't get annoyed by nobody having any intelligence in this
They
movie.
just didn't
definitely
show it on
pooping.
camera, that's all.
They just didn't show it on camera. I don't know why you want... I have no idea why you want M. Night Shyamalan to focus on someone taking a dump. I don't understand it.
He had to show them eating all the time. Why did that? Why was that even
He didn't
important?
show them eating all the
did.
time.
He showed they had
No,
all the
he
food,
didn't.
and then the kids were always going back to the bucket.
Yeah, but
and then,
the adults weren't.
And then I know they weren't. The adults weren't eating. They even talked about
Kids
that.
are growing.
Yeah, this movie was terrible.
I liked it. Didn't love it. This is all right. It's meh.
Awful.
A lot of rage, a lot of rage.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Oh, my rage is so deep today, people. So deep. I actually have two rages.
Is that allowed?
I don't know. How big is your rage?
Mine's mini.
Okay, well, I'm going to do two. That'll be quick. So,
Alright, whatever.
Rage 1.
I don't care. Dominate the podcast, Jim.
Movies about fucking toys? Really?
Like toys that you have sex with?
Well, that's what I did with my G.I. Joes. They fit nicely in my rectum. Is that what you
Maybe
mean?
that's the problem, Jim.
What? I thoroughly enjoyed my G.I. Joes when I was a kid.
Yeah. Did you have like the full-size ones then? Like
No, I didn't. No, I was too young for that. I didn't learn about that till I was older.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, toys. I don't understand our universe. I don't understand why people. Sorry, Murray, but I don't understand why people want to see toys made into movies. I don't get it. That's my first rage. My second rage
yes.
is if you're gonna have people eating all day long, you better well
have to
show
poop.
that somebody had to poop. And those are my double rage this week.
That
I
was it.
have
That's
no
your
idea.
rage.
Why do you want to see people pooping on camera? I think
Why don't you is a better question.
think you need to see someone about this.
That wasn't
There
my-
are definitely
that
some
was- that really-
underlying issues
that
here.
really-
Well, if you're doing with G.I. Joe's what you said you're doing, you're going to have to poop at some point.
Exactly. But actually, that was the poop one wasn't my rage. But I was raging about it earlier. But my real rage is don't make a trailer that tells the whole movie. If they would have made a trailer
never
that was
saw
more
the trailer.
mystical, well,
Trailer for which
okay,
one?
go back and watch the trailer,
which
and then
I just watched the
maybe
movie.
this movie will be a rage for you because you literally saw the entire movie in the trailer.
I saw the movie poster. It didn't tell me the whole film.
Yeah, go watch the trailer. Now that you've seen the movie, go see the trailer.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, just do it. I want to see if this changes your viewpoint on the movie.
Okay, I'll watch the trailer.
All right.
Sure, it'll change how I feel about the movie.
Maybe you'll notice that nobody poops.
Yeah. And I'm going to make this quick. My rage this week is filmmakers over-explaining their film in its final act. I could have given Old a mondo this week if it wasn't for the final act. It is okay for a filmmaker to let his audience draw its own conclusions. Sometimes that is the fun of going to some movies. If you have me thinking at the end of a movie, that is good. Sometimes there is no explanation necessary. That is my rage.
Alrighty.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Looking for a podcast all about nerddom?
Want a podcast with an emphasis on representation?
The Nerd Alternative is the podcast for you. Join me, Ram,
Me, Hassan.
And me, Levi.
3 black British nerds tackling the pop culture we love and sharing why we love them. The Nerd Alternative, a sweet melting pot of all things nerdy.
Fucking love these nerds.
All right.
They are my favorite Twitter nerds. I'm just saying. Shout out, buddies.
All right, good stuff. All right, well, I've been told to make these short, so I will try. This week we're talking about, big surprise, M. Night Shyamalan.
All right.
Back in theaters this summer with Old. This is the latest in a long line of strange movies with even stranger plot twists. They definitely weren't all winners. Today I'm going to look at the worst and best of the plot twists.
He swings for the fences.
I am purposely leaving out the Unbreakable Glass split trilogy because I haven't seen them.
Ooh, see Unbreakable. It's
Here
good.
goes. And
They are
spoiler
good.
alert, I will be revealing stuff.
What?
What a twist!
First up
There's
on the
a
worst
twist.
is The Happening. Without
Oh,
a doubt,
Mark
one of
Wahlberg.
the most bizarre films of the 21st century.
I liked it.
The Happening represents the implosion of M. Night phenomenon in real time. It was his first R-rated film. Didn't take long to realize this is a failure on every conceivable level.
I liked it.
From the central plot of plants wiping out humanity, be it
Plants are evil,
airborne
Murray.
Toxins.
You're a mediaholic.
That's right. To Mark Wahlberg and Zoe Deschanel's laughable performances.
I liked
To
it.
its multiple scenes with characters literally running away from the wind.
I know.
The vegetables in the wind.
So bad.
I liked it too.
And we got Lady in the Water.
Oh, I really liked it.
Now, I like Bryce Dallas Howard. After all,
Who doesn't?
She's the daughter of my favorite director and Happy Days character. But this
Laverne?
was bad.
Richie Cunningham.
Richie Cunningham.
Oh, right.
It's ridiculous fantasy concerning a water nymph
It's pretty funny.
played
when
by
Eddie Murphy
Howard,
went to
who
shave his
trusts an
mustache.
apartment super, played by Paul Giamatti, to help her escape a pack of supernatural creatures called Scrunts.
What a great name, Scrunts. I just like saying it.
Scrunt.
And M. Night
Scrunts.
Shyamalan was in this one too. He played some kind of...
He does his
He's in
Hitchcock
it.
thing and everything.
But he can't act. He's like Tarantino. He
He's
shouldn't be in some
fine.
movies.
I like
Then,
Tarantino.
of course, we have Old, which we just saw.
Which is a
And I'll
rage.
cut to the chase, the line
good.
which Jim already used. The film's surface level execution renders it like its characters. It gets old fast.
Yes, it does. Non-poopers.
Non-poopers. Then we have Signs. This film was actually quite scary and freaky up until the end.
It was alright.
Shyamalan's balance of light humor, nervy terror, and warm humanity is on display for much of this movie. The ex-priest and a family man who discovers signs of extraterrestrial life. Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix give solid performances. The first reveal of the alien during the news footage was actually one of the scariest moments in the film. Unfortunately, the ending is completely ruined. The aliens are afraid of water?
Who isn't?
Give me a break.
Wicked Witch of the West, man.
Next up, we have The Village.
Oh, yeah.
Again with Bryce Dallas Howard. This is one of his most ambitious and haunting films. The twist is a bit of a meh. Adrian Brody's performance was unwatchable, as Bryce Dallas Howard's was underrated. While the reveal that society would dress up as monsters to keep its inhabitants from the real world might be laughable, that's kind of the point.
Wait a minute. Are you saying Bro wasn't great in this?
Brobo? I hate Bro. He was terrible in this. Probably this is where I started not liking him.
Aww.
Once again, a fairly thrilling movie is ruined by a surprise ending. The villagers don't know they're living in modern society.
Spoiler!
Yeah, right. I did give a spoiler alert.
You did.
Plus, this movie came out like 16 years ago. Finally, we have the number one of all time, The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Still the best. This movie creeps me out.
I see dead people.
I am a sucker
see
for a
dead
good
people.
ghost story, and this one delivered. I jumped at every new dramatic twist. I was completely unprepared for the twist at the end. Plus, Toni Collette.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I love Toni
Sixth
Collette.
Sense will
I
remain a
also love
masterpiece. It's not to say the ending isn't a total gut punch, but M. Night Shyamalan weaves the tale of a child psychologist looking to help a young boy who sees dead people with such precise tension. It's genuinely frightening, and much of the terror comes from what is unseen.
Mm-hmm.
It's really too bad Shyamalan can't seem to repeat the success of this awesome film.
I would 100% agree with
That's what I got.
I don't know.
you. Murray, your list was awesome.
I try.
And M. Night, I agree with Murray.
Needs to make better movies.
Yes, you do. Go back to making TV shows, which you
There you
do
go.
really well. All right. What you got this week, bitches? Come on.
Nothing.
The list.
Maybe we should talk about M. Night.
Sure, let's all put them on.
Let's get him on. Let's get him on the rope. So he's got to start over. That's the one thing. But was he actually on the? Could he have made the list before he made this movie?
We talking as a terrible actor or as a terrible director?
Yeah, you actually make a good point, Murray. I think he's only in his own movies, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's made at least 8 of those.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you got a pen.
Was he an airbender?
You got a pen there, little buddies. You got 100 pens. Do you have a piece of paper? All right. So we're gonna start. Mhm. Oh, man, he might actually make the. He actually might make the doubted list.
What I'm saying.
Okay, we're gonna go backwards because he can't. He's got to start over because old for me was a rage. So
Nah.
right away, it's a rage. So he's got to start over.
Eh,
Glass. Did you see Glass, Mer? Bryce?
yeah, I like Glass.
Did you? Is it a Mondo?
I think it was a Mondo.
I gave it a meh.
Okay.
I'm just saying, write it down.
I'm writing it
Bitch.
down.
Split.
Mondo.
Okay, I also like Split Mondo. The Visit. I actually didn't see
I
this.
didn't either. So I didn't talk about it. It
Man.
was like evil grandparents. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, that's the
you
Evil
saw it.
Grandparents. Yeah, I saw this. It was a meh. After Earth was a rage.
After Earth.
Yeah, it says he's.
He did that. He did After Earth with Will Smith's
Yeah,
kid.
yeah, he directed.
That was
Did
Shyamalan.
he actually direct that?
That's what it says in IMDb, unless it's lying to us.
That
I didn't
one-
even know that.
That one
was
got
awful.
so many bad.
It was awful. Yeah. All right. The last.
I don't know. So it's I don't know. What are we doing with this?
Well, maybe he's actually. Oh, we had a Mondo though. We can go. We just got to start over. I just want to talk about M. Night Shyamalan and his movies.
Why?
Well, did you have anything else to talk about?
How about Stanley Tucci?
Didn't we talk about Stanley Tucci already once?
I don't know. Like, I want to talk about Stanley Tucci. You want to talk about M. Night Shyamalan? M. Night Shyamalan can't be on any list.
He
So
could-
what? Stanley Tucci's always on a list. Let's put him on again.
Well, have we talked
Is
about
he on
Stanley
a
Tucci?
list? I don't even know.
Well, should you?
He should be.
Shouldn't you know that before you bring him forward?
You brought up M. Night Shyamalan when you know
He's
he
not on our
absolutely
list.
can't be on any list.
Well, I said we could. Maybe it could have been on the list, but,
But
now
we
it's very-
established in like
very-
the first 7 seconds that he couldn't be, and we're still going on with it.
People want to know what we think of M. Night Shyamalan.
I think you've made it clear how you feel about M. Night Shyamalan, as have I.
We like him, but he makes bad movies.
I like him and he makes good movies.
He used to make good movies.
Okay, the Tucci-nator. Let's find. Let's go on.
Tucci-nator.
Let's go on with the Tucci-nator. I just saw him in another movie the other day. I think he's pretty hit and miss. I think he's pretty mesmerizing though.
He is mesmerizing.
I don't know if I don't think we could give him a. He's been in too many movies. He picks too many movies.
He's in a lot of movies.
Right?
Yes. He has been in more movies
Than other people.
than other people.
Most other people.
I'm just searching to see if I thought we had. I mean, when he was on that a couple movies ago, didn't we talk about him? Man, we should probably remember if we talked about. He's definitely not on. He's definitely not on the Undoubted list. Okay, let's bring him out. Come on, bitch, get your name out. Okay.
Jolt, he just did.
Yeah.
I like Joel.
Was it Armando?
No, it was meh.
Okay.
It's a 5.
He did. He was in the movie Witches, which is animated, but he's actually not animated, and that was a Rage.
Supernova.
So, do you still want to?
Supernova was Mondo.
Do you still want to talk? Do you still want to talk about Stanley Tucci because he made a Rage?
Well, you know what? We were just talking about M. Night Shyamalan, even though he had back-to-back Mondos.
Yeah, but
So,
he didn't have
this
a
is the
Rage
same
right in
thing.
there. Okay, so he's made a Rage,
So,
and then we
why
stopped
don't
talking.
why don't
Then we stopped talking
only
about
because
M.
I
Night
stepped
Shyamalan.
in. You wanted to keep
Okay,
on
well,
going.
well, I did, but now I can't, so we can't do the same thing for Tucci. Tucci's already got a Rage in the middle of the sandwich, so he's done. Supernova was Mondo.
Supernova was Mondo.
He's also in all the Hunger Games too. Just
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, but that's like probably
and
27
he was
movies
in
back.
one of my favorite bad movies, Burlesque.
I remember when he was in the Children Act, when we talked about the Children Act.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was a meh.
I think it was.
It was a meh.
Did I give it a meh?
Yeah, it was a meh. Yeah,
liked it a lot.
We had to go back, and he was terrible in it. Like, that was the worst acting I've ever seen him
Oh,
in.
he wasn't terrible.
He was awful. Go
Bite-
back and listen to our
bite-
episode where I
bite your
lambasted him. Oh, plus he's in Transformers, the last
God.
night.
Talking
As I
about
say,
movies made of toys.
Transformers is undoubtedly the one series that has sunk so many people that can never be on the Undoubted list.
See,
that
here's
probably
the
could have been.
problem, Jim.
What?
It's all Michael Bay's fault.
No, okay, so Murray,
until he made the
No.
first Transformers movie, people weren't making movies about toys.
but Murray, you have to realize that it's not Michael Bay's fault. It's Bryce's fault because
What?
Why
Michael
is it
Bay
Bryce's
would be
fault?
on our doubted list forever. But Bryce gave one of his movies a Mondo.
I'm talking about is movies made from about toys.
Oh, I know.
That's Michael Bay's fault.
I just wanted to bring up the fact that
I don't even
Michael
remember
Bay
what
should
movie
be
was that.
undoubted or should be doubted, but because of Bryce, he's not. That's all I'm
which
saying.
movie was it?
Michael Bay.
Pain and Gain.
Oh yeah, I love
There
that
you go.
movie.
It's a meh.
It's a Mondo.
And he's completely doubted. Other than that
I
one
can't
movie.
believe that was. Yeah, I can't believe that. Yeah. Oh,
I think you should go back and
Everything
watch
else
it.
is-
Can you just please go back and watch it again and see if it's still a Mondo?
I don't
Because
know that I got
maybe,
time.
well, because we could really get Michael Bay on the list, which he really should be.
How many movies back? That was a long time ago.
I don't want
Was
to
that
talk
with
about
the-
him again,
was
but
that
he's
with-
I know.
rage.
But Mondo.
Mondo. So yeah, you should really go back and watch it.
Yeah,
Is that with
I don't
Mark
have to.
Wahlberg and
Yeah.
The Rock?
Mark Wahlberg and The Rock.
It was a man.
And that was a Mondo for you?
For
It
him.
was a Mondo.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Murray, see what I have to deal with? So, while you were gone, this is what I had to live with. Thank God you're back. All right, so the list is a bit of a strikeout unless anybody's got anybody real that they did research for as we brought it up.
Research?
Well, did the work ahead of time.
No, I didn't do any.
I got nothing.
I didn't do any work.
Nothing. Nothing, honey.
No.
Nothing.
Nothing, honey.
Well, we should talk about M. Night Shyamalan some more.
Yeah, we probably
It's
should,
not.
actually.
Some of us have to go home to sleep at some point.
Sleeping's for dogs, Murray.
Okay.
Sleeping's for
Let
dogs.
sleeping dogs lie.
All right, last week on Rage or Dare, Bryce boarded the Dare train when he pulled the Pauly Shore comedic masterpiece, Biodome, from our
Biodome.
listeners' Dare bag. This week, Jim gets to fondle 2 different bags when he chooses to Rage or Dare. Let's check in with Bryce and see if the Dare train did a stopover in Rageville or did he go straight to Pauly World. Buddy, I don't know what that is.
Buddy.
I don't know that.
It's kind of Pauly Shoreism.
Yeah, kind of.
Or just shoreism.
Yeah. All right, Biodome starring Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin was
Terrific.
bad.
Terrifically bad?
The fact that Pauly Shore got to make as many movies as he did is beyond me. This was an excruciating watch as we witnessed some of the worst dialogue ever written. Here are some of the lines that were uttered by Bud, played by Pauly Shore.
Buddy.
We have chippies. We have chippies. We got lots of stuff to eat.
Nice.
Shaved down pool Nazis oiling up our women and swimming with them in an Olympic-sized toilet.
I'm liking this movie. I might go back and watch it.
And then when he asks what he wants out of life, Bud responds, to die and come back as a leotard.
Leotards.
Funny stuff. Just so
solid.
very fun.
Solid. Rock solid.
The movie was, however, consistent as it was equally dumb at the beginning, middle, and end. The film is what the Rage or Dare segment is all about, as Biodome was bad on a level that I did not know even existed. Seriously, how did Pauly Shore get to make 7 movies in the 90s?
How did he have a career as well?
It's crazy. Long story short, this was a torturous rage, and the person who put this one forward should be commended for their perfect contribution to this segment. This was... I'm sitting there
I
like...
don't have the clap.
I just cringing. It was cringe-inducing. It was like everything in it was...
true.
Did you, Kate? Here's the big question.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you lost more of your IQ by watching this movie?
Did you
I
get
don't-
dumber as you watched the movie?
Yeah,
I don't have much of an IQ left.
I know. So
You
did
guys
it
should've-
take more
You
from
guys
you?
should have known me like 15 years ago. You would have said, wow, that guy's pretty
We,
smart.
we couldn't have known you. Murray and I have been the same our whole lives.
Yeah.
So we just wouldn't have been able. You would have been so up here, and
Yeah.
we're so down here. It's
Yeah.
finally that you've
We had
caught
to bring
up
you
to
down
us.
to our level.
That's right.
I've come down to your level, and now I'm going below
You're
it.
going below it. So did Pauly Shore push you below our level?
It's not for me to judge, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Can you say a complete sentence without accidentally going but?
I believe I still could say a complete sentence.
You almost didn't. He is dumber, people. Thank you.
I'm pretty...
Thank you, listeners.
Yeah.
This is just another fantastic example of what you do for us to bring us the rage.
Yeah, this one was well played. Well played.
Well played.
It was really hard.
Might I suggest somebody's next suggestion? Jury Duty.
Oh, yeah. Someone should dare
Yeah.
us to see that.
No more Pauly Shore.
Okay, so I get to choose either out of Bryce's bag or the Dare bag.
What do you think?
Let me feel these
Yeah,
bags.
you haven't done
Is
my bag in a while.
Is this the Dare bag?
No, that's mine.
Okay, and where's the Dare bag?
Their bag is here.
And where's my bag?
Your
That's
bag's
okay.
here.
You know what? Yeah, sure, I'll take from you.
Okay.
Here's Bryce's
Watch
bag.
one out.
I can pull it up myself now, baby.
I know. Don't look at it.
I'm not. I'm just fondling it. I'm fondling your bag. What's this? This fell out of your bag. Has that been watched?
Oh, that didn't fall out of my bag.
Wait, didn't I already see this?
I don't know. Did you?
It's something called It Takes Two.
Oh yeah, I think that's a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie, isn't it?
It is. It so is.
Oh, and it's available on Prime.
There you go.
Did you pick that specifically because you
No.
knew it was on Prime?
I was just happy to put it in the bag.
They were always cute in Full House.
Yeah.
They were kind of stole
Were
the show
they?
in Full House.
Takes
Did they?
two, baby.
Yeah. You know what? I kind of like those little critters.
All right. Well,
How old are
enjoy.
they in this movie?
I think they're in their teens.
Oh, so they're kind of
They're tweens anyway.
tweenish.
I don't know.
Sounds like a kind of movie I might like. I kind of like movies about teenage girls. Oh no, that's you that likes movies about teenage girls.
I think.
Oh, sorry. What I meant to say
Let's
was that you
just
like movies that
start
are
with teenage
made for 13-year-old girls. That's what I meant to say.
Let's just move on.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, baby. Thanks, Ragers, for listening. And some super rage love to Julene from It Goes Down in the PM podcast, for our James, and our newest annual member, Philip for their membership and continued support. We love you guys. Thanks for helping us feel the rage. Thanks to Extended Film Rage crew of Leonard Conlon for his artistic vision of photography via Leonard Conlon Photography. And Leonard, we got to get together, buddy, and take some pictures now that the sun is out. For Bex Goose for her cartooning skills at PotatoLadyPodcastReviews.com. To Tony from Flix X Rated Podcast for his graphic design for our verbal masturbation art. And lastly, thanks to our sponsor, Canyon Meadows Cinema. So, people, get out there and visit your local independent cinemas near you as they desperately need your help. Find us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at FilmRageYYC.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. And Redbubble's on sale right now. People who get on it, 25% off. See what we look like on our YouTube channel by searching Film Rage Podcast. We are always wanting to make this a raging blast for all listeners. So, please comment, like, and subscribe, or send us an email to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage, but no matter what you do, please make us rage. Please. That's it for this week. Rage on.
Rage on.